everyone, Perksprisoner here. Okay, so I seen another video that I would like to recreate. So this one's going to be short and sweet. It is partitioning for beginners. Now this is usually used if you're going to dual boot. I evidently I can't speak. Talking is hard. Anyways, so if you're using Windows 7, if you would like to know how to use Windows 10, feel free to comment down in the bottom. I'll definitely find a way to get you a video up. It shouldn't be that difficult. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this real fast here. So you're going to click on the start button, and this is pretty much cross-platform, but some of the buttons are in different places, and search bars are in different places. I know Windows 8 you actually have to hunt down the search bar, panning to the far right of your, I guess you could call it desktop or app top, whatever you want to call it. And here you're going to type in disk management. Now right here you're going to see create and format hard disk partitions. This is definitely where you want to go. So I push enter key, you can click on it if you wish. You'll have to give it a moment to get all of your stuff put together here. And you're going to see all of your system's memory, not RAM, but physical hard memory. And in this case I have an external along with my C drive. This is backup reserved, don't worry about this. You can't change it, so don't try it. So we're going to go ahead and use the C disk because external hard drives don't accept partitioning too well, but the hard disk will. So what we're going to do is right click and bring up a properties menu, and we're going to go down here to shrink volume. It's going to estimate about how much free space is available. Give it just a moment. Okay, so that took about 3 or 4 minutes for my computer to figure out what it's doing and how much space is available. It's also been running kind of sluggish this evening, so I'm not sure why, but that could also be a contributing factor. So keep in mind about 1200 megabytes is roughly 1 gigabyte. So you can decide, that's not an exact number, I think it's like 1256 or something like that. Also, don't hold me to that. I've almost always used the rounded number of 1200. And so let's say we want to make it 4 gigs. I'm going to say 4800 megabytes. And I'm going to shrink this. Once again, it'll take a moment. Okay, so you can see that it was 4.69 gigabytes, so about 4.5. So my number is actually probably higher than it should be. It might be like 1159 or something like that. Anyways, it's not important in this particular case. You can adjust as you would like. It doesn't matter. So now you're going to have this unallocated area here of whatever size you happen to choose. Really, only about 4 gigabytes would be necessary in order to dual boot with something like Linux, because it's not resource heavy unless you use something like, I think it's Linux Mint or Linux Puppy, which will definitely eat up some space. And so that may have a different circumstances, but 4 gigs is a strong amount of room. So this is still unavailable and nothing can write to it. It's nothing. So let me take that back. Windows can't write to it. It's nothing. Linux can be then dual booted directly into here. You can be able to put your operating system disk in at this point, and it should list the partitions, and you should be able to use them. Unless I'm mistaken, that should be just that easy. Meanwhile, if you're just wanting to partition it, maybe you want to reserve this area for, like game saves or something like that, so that way the computer doesn't even have to bother with it because it knows it's in the C drive, and if you make this whatever letter drive, it's not going to go back to this drive when it needs in the C drive. It's going to ignore it completely. Anyhow, so you right click on this as well, and new simple volume. So it brings you through the simple volume wizard, and you push next. Simple volume size in megabytes. Might as well have it the same size unless you need multiple partitions for whatever reason. It's entirely up to you. So we push next. It's asking to assign a following letter to the drive. The only time that this means something is if you have programs that are already have pathways to like the C drive or something like that. What I'm getting at is this really isn't important for you to care about. Pick your favorite letter. Mine just happens to be J. So I'm going to push next. It is going to say, give you the option to do not format the volume, which if you do this, all this goes blank and you just push next. Formatting this volume to NTFS, this is common hard drive information. You can go with FAT32, but for a hard disk it's not recommended. It's more for flash disk. If you have a disk that is flash memory or an abundance of RAM or some type of backyard thing you've done, you can definitely FAT32 if it's flash memory. Otherwise, you want to stick with NTFS. A located unit size, you can do this. I don't find a reason unless it's FAT32. And for a new volume, we're going to call this please free add. Alright, so it's going to do a quick format, make sure it's NTFS compatible, and it's going to dump this in here somewhat quickly. So, boom, just like that. Do you want to see what's in please free admin? No, I do not, because there's nothing there. I just created it. You do not have to worry about all this other stuff here now, unless you've got more partitioning to do. Anyways, so let's say you've done this and you realize, oh no, it's too big, it's too small, I don't want it anymore. You will right click and you will actually select delete volume, and deleting volume reverse all the erase all the data, blah 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 blah. Okay, yes, because you don't care, you're getting rid of it. Then you just go here to extend volume, next, and it says, hey, I have this much available room to extend out, which this is exactly what we did, 48 megabytes. Okay, disk selected, disk 0, boom. And almost like magic, in the blink of an eye, it is now a full 300 gig available space. And just that fast, you're ready to close it out and continue forward. And so, as always, thank you for watching. And until next time, you have a good one.